Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's Gleekon, and I'm here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Keeping on chugging. We wrapped up the Western Plaguelands with an Alliance completionist run on the last episode. Just a couple little things like getting the Argent Dawn to Exalted. Did we not finish? We'll do that endgame. And we're now going to see how most of these quests have a slightly different flavor if you do them as Horde. So we're going to do that today. I was on the fence between doing it with Momkin, who is our druid, who I do think is a little bit better in the short term and diverse with what she can do. But then Gleekon's Soul, I'm still on the fence right now in this moment, is the person that we've done this show with, and she's going to be set up better to participate as a healer raids or dungeons or whatever, because Momkin's a feral druid, so once she hits endgame, I'm not grinding those maul things for the 30-second speed buff. I'm not doing that. So I guess between the two of them, between learning how to do that or possibly learning how to weave, as they call it, as a shaman, I guess we'll go shaman, although I do really like Momkin, and she is a solid character, so stay a while and listen. Also, at least Momkin was in the Eastern Kingdoms. We are in Winter Spring, which actually there is a quest for that, but we're going to go ahead and hearth back to Orgrimmar. So let's just look at the spreadsheet to kick us off. We are going to have to do, like I said, we've completely finished on Alliance. After this, we're going to start burning steps, so we do have one little quest line to investigate. We have the Western Plaguelands now coming out of this. For Horde. So that's our setup there. Pretty big sheet we have. There is one quest I know for sure we can pick up here. That's why I was looking at the sheet. So there's the call to arms. Other than that, everything happens in the Bulwark. So we just need to go to Undercity. But we can do the call to arms if we find this dude walking around. I guess we'll just walk and see. I don't think we even have anything in our bags that need to be sold. No, we're good. That's Darkmoon Fair. We will eventually do that. There's our guy right here. Warcaller Gorlock. I think the quest is the same no matter which crier you go to.
Greetings and salutations, hero. I have the latest news from both continents and points beyond for your consideration.
Call to arms the Plaguelands.
Heroes of the realm, hear me. The Horde calls upon you for swift action. A call to arms has been issued for all able-bodied individuals to take up arms against the Scourge. Rumors fly of new threats rising from the ruins of the Eastern Kingdoms. They loom to the east of the Undercity in the northern reaches of the lands now known as the Plaguelands. Heroes of the realm, seek out High Executor Darrington, who has set up his base camp at the Bulwark, east of Tirisfal Glade.
So this is just a way to be like, hey, if you didn't realize it, you can kind of start moving toward endgame content. Although Western Plaguelands is definitely a hybrid area, I would say closer to doing it, not endgame, but I mean, it is in my endgame category, but
you haven't lived until you look down on the world from the back of a wind rider.
We're not doing that. We're going to the Zep. Right into the fire. So we are, so this will be the last one. That's a transition, and then we're going to kick off with the final 4 zones with Burning Steps. Mostly because Burning Steps is barely a zone. There are a few short quest lines we'll have to do, not very many faction specific or specifically Horde specific, so we might take one episode and run her around Searing or whatever the Burning Steps. It's mostly just prep work for starting to do Blackrock Depths and the Blackrock Spire upper and lower. So that's really, it's just a zone that houses, dang it, I just missed the Zeppelin. Maybe I would have if I didn't run up the other thing first. Oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. So yeah, there's not a lot. There is a little bit of grinding that we will have to do. Different finite grinding. Not like, hey, get Argent Dawn up to Exalted, which is what we have to do still to technically finish the Plaguelands. That is something that's a long time. That's a long grind. So we're gonna say all to just get the mantle, the mantles, which are like a shoulder enchants. So we're gonna hold off on that. That's like that's a lot of time for just the snippiest of little things that don't even really apply to lore, other than I guess if you wanted to call the lore that we read yesterday, which is that those mantles are the ultimate Argent Dawn like contribution to society or whatever. Okay, so there are the Librams of Veracity. Those are repeatable Librams that we're going to have to work towards. So those are going to be a little annoying. They're either going to require gold farming or other materials, black diamond farming, something. So it's also possible we put those as vanity on the end. I'm not sure. It depends on how long they're going to take us, how much these Librams cost. But there's one other thing after this 50. As you can see, there are 3 or 4 Horde quests, so not a lot. All right, this Leonid Bartholomew quest. Okay, it's actually part of a quest line that requires egg freezing, which unlocks... Turn to Tinky. I'm just chasing it back. Okay, it begins with the Broodling Essence quest. And that, I believe, Broodling Essence and Felnock Steel Spring, which is the second one, yeah, we have those on there. So that's fine. Then you get Chillwind Horns. So this is a 5450. So this would happen right after Felnock Steel Spring. So we need to add that to the spreadsheet. So it's called Chillwind Horns, and it is technically done in Winter Spring. I can fit it all fine. So it's a Winter Spring quest. It doesn't appear on our list, but it is part of this greater chain, which then brings you to Return to Tinky, and that will send you back to the Burning Steps. So then you get another one, Return to Tinky. I'm assuming that is also a 5450. Yep. Okay, so this is Return to Tinky. Not that we're going to do these in the specific order that we're listing here, but... Alright, so then that opens up a new chain that begins with Tinky Steam Boil. It unlocks Tinky Steam Boil, which is weird, because this is a Blackrock Spire quest chain thing, but we're going to do the lead up to it. So it's Winter Spring also, which is kind of annoying. Okay, and it is all, so it's like we're going to have to go there twice. I don't know about that. Tinky Steam Boil. So it starts in Winter Spring and also sends you there and gives you a quest called Egg Freezing. So Egg Freezing is that's a dungeon quest for Blackrock Spire that opens up the Egg Collection quest. So what is this? All right, so let's read the comments on this. This is a see what happens. You get too close to the eggs before freezing it. When you freeze one egg, you'll be asked to collect 8 more of them. You get to keep the egg freezer if you feel like playing with it again in Upper Blackrock Spire. So this is an Upper Blackrock Spire quest. Not even... Alright, so Egg Freezing, Egg Collection, and Leonid Bartholomew is a follow-up quest. which that's the one that's right there. So it comes out of having done Blackrock Spire. Then he sends you to the Eastern Plaguelands, where this person wants you to go one person over, and then that gives you the Dawn's Gambit, which is a Scholomance quest. So that's just annoying. So that quest chain is an Upper Blackrock Spire quest chain that then get more gambits to activate Vectis. Yeah, I don't know what the visiting room. Yeah, we get these things. That's cool, but so for farming Vectis, so Vectis is farmable, like the Bone Dragon in Sunken Temple. All right, so I guess this is just yeah. All right, so that quest line is Upper Blackrock Spire. So we can at least do part of it up here. That's going to take us to the Upper Blackrock Spire portion, and then we'll stop once we get to the eggs. All right, so that's Burning Steps. So that's cool. The next thing that we will do is, so when we plan the dungeons here, Blackrock Depths will be our first dungeon. So any quests that are tied into Blackrock Depths. So if we look at quests tied to dungeons, instances, quests, factions, instances, quests, dungeons, Blackrock Depths. So if you look, Blackrock Depths has a freaking ton of quests to do. And that's kind of where we'll go next. This is going to have to be run on Alliance and Horde. This is the biggest dungeon in the game. Because of that, I'm not fully looking forward to doing it. I am a little bit hesitant. But whatever, it is what it is. Now, we will be running Western Plaguelands here for a few days because almost every quest is, even though you're basically doing the same thing twice, has a slightly different flavor if you did it with Horde versus Alliance. The Argent Dawn has a representative in each of the places. Oh, I thought that was like a mob that had gotten glitched out, but I guess that's just a graphic. So anyway, we will start investigating that, and we will also do, I think, Lower Blackrock Spire. We'll run those two before we do any more questing. So once we finish the short Burning Steps zone, we will be questing with Lower Blackrock Spire and Blackrock Depths, which doesn't take us, that's like nothing special. Blackrock Spire was lower and upper, Stratham, all that were part of release. So this is all stuff that you can do. We've already run Maraudon anyway, so we're past that. Gurubashi Arena, there was nothing to really run. I think we investigated it a little bit, but so yeah, not until we get to Dire Maul will we be worrying about like lore in the books, the chronicles. So after that, I think once we finish that, there's 3 zones really: Eastern Plaguelands, Winter Spring, and Silithus. Obviously, we can all agree that Silithus is the final intended zone. So then it's just, do we prefer to say that Stratholme is next? I mean, Eastern Kingdoms is next, or Winter Spring? The next 2 dungeons I'd want to run. Well, I'd say the next dungeon I want to run is Scholomance. So we could run it after either of those 2 zones, but Eastern Plaguelands might fit with that more nicely. And then it's a 3-way tie between Upper Blackrock Spire, Stratholme, and Dire Maul. And I would say we could save Dire Maul for last. So we could run a Scholomance Stratholme combo, in which case I think Eastern Plaguelands might be nice, and then we're going to go do Winter Spring, which is dumb. All right, so let's look at this. We have leatherworking supplies. Our girl's a leather worker. We have wicked leather gloves. That's great. I'm not an elemental. I'm a dragon kind. That's cool. So these gloves might help us actually. Yeah, that's good. So now we have something that can level us up if we buy black dye and rune thread, and he has both of those things. Okay, let's buy one of those. That's cool. And are these good for me? Probably not. Yeah, because mine's a 20, 37, and these are a 23. Yeah, like a 31, 32. Yeah, so no. Do I have any other recipes I care about? No. Okay. So this will bring us, I think we'll be able to do 5 more after this. These wicked leather gauntlets, this is a good, and they sell for 68, so I'll make a little bit off of it. All right, I could do 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll just take a moment to start looking at these quests. All right, so Rocknot's Ale is the lowest quest in this. This is just something you can pick up. It's a repeatable quest. It just says that don't throw them. Look for Rocknot, then you give him the beer. I don't even know what the heck the point of this is. It's used to kill phalanx and get further in block rock depth. So it's just a repeatable quest available to both factions. That's it. So it's found within the dungeon. This is going to be Black Rock Depths. We're going to start Black Rock Depths. And we are going to, start this chunk here. It's called Rocknot's Ale. I believe. Okay, so Rocknot's Ale, right? Okay, and that's just a level 1. There's no restriction on it, so anybody could technically do it. Where are we at? Built 2. We just started our 3rd one here. Okay. All right, there is another one called The Last Element. I do not know what this quest is from. It is a part of the game. You get 10 Essence of Elements. I already have... No, I don't. So this... There is a both sides version. There's also a Horde version, which is a level 54, 48. So that's right there. What is the difference of the two of them? This one begins, who knows? It doesn't say where it is from. Our abominations. The prerequisite is disharmony of flame. So there is a prerequisite. Shadow Mage. Yeah, so this is actually a glitch. This is not a real quest, because if you look at the real version down here, you see the same thing. So this is, for some reason, it's just mentioned as a level 20 elite, blah, blah, blah. It's not real. Okay, so that one we can ignore. This will be our last one. Demon Slaying, the lakes are there. Okay, and we can sell these. Not very much gold that we make, maybe 50 silver or so. But we're at 270
For the Horde.
so that's nice. We could use thick into rugged, I guess. Make a couple more, one more. Yeah, we can make 7 thick or rugged from the thick. And then we can make 1 or 2 more. Okay, and that'll get rid of our thick leather too. Clear our inventory a little bit. Not too shabby. Okay, yeah, like some of these, I guess I'm just gonna sort of, kind of.
What do you need?
Yeah, I need to do dragon scale when I'm high enough level. Yeah, I can just do one more. Cool. And this also does clear our bags out a little bit, which is good. Those are gonna both disappear. Yeah, so this does get us down now to a couple bags empty. So I like that. Alright, so we did waste 15 minutes, but it's okay. We're exploring. That was Warg.
May your blades never dull.
Gave us that, and we're at 271. Okay, if we continue to look over, we have, this is Apothecary Dithers. What does he do?
A fierce wind is coming. I can tell by the ache in my exposed knee.
Ew.
I just hope we don't get caught up in it.
That's kind of funny. Alright, here's the person, High Executor Darrington, that they wanted to send us to. He's got no one in his tent.
What? Welcome to the front lines, adventurer. While politicians may connive and scheme amongst themselves, they'll find no such luxury afforded to them here. This is the Bulwark, and we fight for our continued survival on a daily basis here. If you've come here looking for a chance to prove yourself as a hero, then you'll find plenty of opportunities to do so. Especially as we push towards Andorhal and whatever malign force that controls the Scourge there. Welcome to the Plaguelands, hero. This is one of the most dangerous frontiers in Azeroth, with the looming threat of the Scourge to our east, and then even further still eastward from there. I am glad to hear that the call of duty and service to the Horde did not fall on deaf ears with you. If you are ready to get your hands dirty, then there is plenty for willing and able heroes to do here on the edge of the Plaguelands.
Alright, so this is Call to Arms of Plaguelands. That was picked up. We did now complete it. If we go over to this bad boy here, this is, we picked up the one that was in Orgrimmar. So we can get rid of all of the others. There is no, I don't believe, anything special like from where you pick it in up. Okay. So we'll just add these for now. Alright, so we picked up and turned in that bad boy, and then we're going to get the next step.
Before Andorhal, we must tackle the advancing Scarlet Crusade menace from Hearthglen. They've made camp between Felstone Field and Dalson's Tears, making us risk conflict against both the Scourge and the Crusade at once. My plan is to play them off of each other by sending you to destroy the command tent they've set up. Use some flame in a bottle from this box of incendiaries. Once raised, plant this Scourge banner by the tent. With some luck, they'll ignore us and focus on the Scourge for vengeance.
That makes me think there's Slay the Spire, flame in a bottle. Scarlet Diversions. So this was our Horde only version to get us started. I didn't want to do that. Alright, so cool. To get started on the chain of doing the farms. Okay, there is also an Argent officer, Garrosh, here with his defenders. He's
Well met,
insane.
friend. I am Officer Garrosh, and I am a proud member of a worldwide organization known as the Argent Dawn. Our cause is to fight swiftly and mercilessly against any element of evil that surfaces in Azeroth. We are not a political body, nor do we ever wish to become one. Our cause is singular, and to that end we call both the Horde and Alliances friends. Friends in the cause of stamping out evil. For the Dawn, my sister.
I don't know that that's much different.
All who fight evil on behalf of the Argent Dawn must don our commission. Wearing such will earn your right to claim rewards our quartermasters have to offer. While under commission, you'll be able to acquire Scourge Stones from slain Scourge. These are marks of insignia that they sometimes possess. Procure these insignia and bring them to me. For each set you turn in, you will receive our marker of heroism, the Argent Dawn Valor Token. Achieve your destiny, adventurer. Join the fight today.
Okay, so that opens up the Scourge Stones. That's also going to allow me to put that on for now, and we'll keep our water spirit thing to the side. So that means we've also done the Argent Dawn commission. So Argent Dawn commission right here. That one is now done. Okay, we will do Scourge Stones as needed, like as they organically come to us, but we're not going to review them. This is the Quartermaster Hasana. The Argent Dawn salutes you, Shaman. I am Hasana, one of but a few authorized equipment and material quartermasters for the Dawn. As you fight under our commission, all the while earning our respect and trust, you learn valor tokens from Officer Garouche. Tokens serve two purposes. Use them to gain increased standing within our ranks, or use them as tender in acquiring special items. As you improve your standing with the Dawn, you'll discover that more items will be made available to you. Alright, so north half of the camp is the base, is the leader and apothecary, everything that will be tied into the mission, the one shop with repair, and the Argent Dawn itself. On the bottom half is more specialized quests. Here is the Barrow Family Fortune. That's a Scholomance quest. Here's Bardu.
Hello, adventurer. I've set up camp here at the Bulwark to make my preparations for my journey into the Plaguelands. I've heard rumor that a great human wizard took up residency in Hearthglen not terribly long ago. He was commissioned by the Scarlet Crusade to fashion their warriors and hunters new bows and guns. It's said that he completed a remarkable weapon before the Crusade killed him. I guess their mistrust of the arcane has grown.
Okay.
May the eternal
This is Alexei
Within
Barov.
the Scholomance lays the Barov family fortune. I, Alexei Barov, am one of the last two remaining heirs of the House Barov.
One of the
My
other one is
brother
the Alliance.
Weldon is the other. Weldon, the miserable coward, fled during the war and thus retained his worthless existence as a human. He now searches for the deeds so that he may claim the fortune for his own. Recover the deeds before my brother does, and I shall make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams.
So that's the Horde version, the Alliance guy that we saw in the other Chillin camp. Is the brother.
What is it?
The time has come, my sister-in-arms, to take back the night from the Scourge.
Okay. And then this guy will give us a plague upon thee.
And my family worked the North Ridge lumber mill in what's now Western Plaguelands. They were dedicated to the Duma family, and now the Scarlet Crusade have taken it over along with all of Hearthglen. I will not rest until those zealots are wiped from Azeroth.
So it seems like maybe like a servant family to the family that we're serving when we do this quest in Alliance.
So to bring pain and strife to the Scarlet Crusade, I want to take their precious lumber mill from them. I'm sure the loss of such a resource will cause them a great deal of harm in defending and rebuilding the town for their own reasons. Will you help me, adventurer? Start by taking this jar to Plaguewood in the eastern Plaguelands. Fill it with the termites you find in their mounds throughout the woods. Come back when you have enough.
Alright, so same exact quest as before, just slightly different text, and that's what we're here for. We are here for all of the lore, sometimes even if it's just doing a lot of work for an extra word or two. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to head out here. Oh, did I not get the flame in the bottle? Where did you get that from? Maybe? We get it from
A
him.
fierce wind is coming.
Oh,
I can tell
right
by
here.
the ache in my exposed knee.
I'm glad I looked at the
I
map.
just hope we don't get caught up in it.
Okay, so I'm getting this flame in a bottle. What does that do? It's got enough juice to set a large tent on fire. Okay. Alright, now we're going to head out into the Plaguelands proper. Matter of time, we're going to skip this time. We're not going down to that camp. So we don't need to go here at all. We're not going to go see Pamela. We are going to go right to this tent. And then go right back so that we can do whatever we need to do. Start this area. We are going to do better late than never. This is a lot less annoying to travel back and forth to. Because... Because it's right at the I lost my train of thought. It's at the Undercity, whereas at the Alliance we had to go to Horde. We had to go to Stormwind. Jeez, I cannot. My brain is broken. My brain's fried. My brain be fried. All right, let's go to this tent. This is like right up here. Got this tent right here. So we got a mess. Oh, that thing is freaking quite surrounded by the Scarlet Crusade. I don't know what they're thinking is happening. It's not like a, hey, everything is cool patch of. Okay. What's she hitting with? Oh, an arcane volley. I don't think I fought any of these when I was on Alliance. I did not have to get an arcane volley to my face. This is ow. What the heck? Why are they so painful? And it, like I can't interrupt it. It's not like real. A regular thing. Ouch. Okay. Guess I'm gonna go after this medic now. Can I burn the tent from... Like, this is a pretty big clutch of dudes. Oh, I wasn't really too busy looking at the dudes. Get my brain ready. They said hopefully it will make them fight each other, and that's kind of what I'm hoping. Like, yeah, I'm hoping that they do some kind of, like, they all run to fight whatever Scourge show up. Okay. Because this is a pretty solid amount of dudes. I mean, I have to click on the tent, so I'm sketched out about, you know, how to make that work. Like, that's 4 or 5 dudes right there. Okay. So if I escape now... Oh! I didn't plant the Scourge banner. So... I'm supposed to plant the Scourge banner, I guess, too. Okay. I can't... So, no. So, absolutely not. I actually have to... What the... I actually have to go and fight these guys. This is not a... I gotta have a plan to somehow peel these off. Why on God's green earth is this quest so much harder than the Alliance one? The Alliance one, you just stand out in front and... I don't even remember what you do. I think you just gotta kill a few ghouls. Actually, yeah, that's all it is. You just kill like 10 skeletons and 10 ghouls. Not at all the same thing. What is happening here? Alright, I guess I'm gonna go with one of those. And you're supposed to... I guess we burned it. I guess. It said... Play them off each other. Once raised, with some luck, they'll ignore us and focus on the Scourge for vengeance. Like, I don't understand. Okay. Alright, guess I'm gonna at least go with this guy. Oh man, I pulled that whole pack now. With that stupid arcane person. I want to try to kill this guy. Why? Come on. Okay. I hope I do not back into a spider. I am cooked. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. Do I need to get another flame in a bottle now? Like, I don't understand. Because it doesn't seem as though this is absolutely terrible. I don't know what I'm missing about this. Let's look at this Scarlet Diversions quest. What the heck am I missing? Am I supposed to be bringing the Scourge nearby? Like, this quest is quite irritating. Okay. Make sure to get the flame. The camp is between. It contains hunter. Pick off them individually. I'm trying. They respawn super quick. When all of them are killed, burn the tent. Yeah, so totally way different. I tried burning the tent and planted the burner. It won't let you. If more of 3, it's impossible. So I'm gonna have to go back and get the flame in the bottle again. Okay, so this is annoying. Just like the guy said, he did what I tried to do. Tried to use the flame in the bottle. So now we're cooked and we're basically going to have to restart this whole thing. Burn it after we kill him. It's going to take forever. There's no way that I'm going to be able to pick them off one by one. Okay, now I gotta go back for the flame in the bottle. They're just so annoying. I guess I'm gonna just, clear the exterior of the camp. Pulling off the edges wherever I can. Just so annoying. Let me see if anybody else has any greater ideas. You'll need to kill at least a 4th of them. The invokers have been buffed to stop the CFGs. I don't know what CFG is. It says their missiles hurt a lot. That's true. Burn the tent, then plant the flag. Invokers hit hard magic damage. Hunters, aided by pets, do a lot of damage as well. Medics. The stupid things have a... Okay, it says there's a trick that makes this a lot easier. I like to hear that. Let's see what that is. The stupid things, if you're on your own, clearing them as fast as possible, no looting, stopping for mana as little as possible. Okay, so don't loot their bodies. Okay. Fine. I had that thought just now when I saw that other guy dead. Okay. If you don't loot them. I wasn't able to kill them fast enough before they respawned. This is terrible. Immediately first quest, it's a... Yeah. So fastest respawn. This guy's saying, yeah, also fast respawn rate. I feel like there's gotta be something, you know, that I'm missing. Or maybe there was something that was originally intended here and it just doesn't exist now. Because look at these guys. What the absolute heck? How are you supposed to pick them off one by one? It's terrible. Alright. They don't go after those guys. Yeah, no, I'm not. So we at least just want to pick off wherever they are in the area. Okay. Okay, we'll start by fighting this little medic. Is he gonna aggro someone? Of course. Just aggro a second medic. I can try to 2v1. Dang it, they're gonna heal each other. Alright. Too slow. Oh, I looted him. Crap. Okay, so no looting. No stopping for mana. Gotta try to remember that too. Although that's unrealistic for me. Don't loot them. Okay. For the hunter now. Okay, and it pulled the medic with him. Heal this dumb dog. Of course he is. Oh, get off me. Okay. Alright. Dog. After this, I'm gonna have to eat. There's no looting clause here or whatever. Okay, I can work on not looting though. Okay, so that's that group. I feel like if we get this pack right here, maybe if I pull this hunter, I can make that work a little better. We can come in from this angle. Hold them all. That's terrible. Okay. Oh no. The whole freaking camp team. So terrible idea. Running back. Lane. Alright, where can I go? Oh, these guys. Okay, let's try this. Try pulling this one. This is the one that really gets me. much damage, I'm gonna die. Gosh. Terrible. Just terrible. So much damage. Painful. Should try to use this frag grenade. And now I just have to hope they don't respawn in that time. Gosh. Maybe now I can do it. Oh, because I killed that closest one, so possibly they don't respawn. I can get in there. Just a piece of butt quest. It also does make me wish I was doing my druid, because my druid I could go in there, quickly take one out and run. Quickly take one out and run. She's a lot better at that kind of guerrilla lightning tactic strike sort of strategy. Just terrible. Now I hope they haven't respawned already, because apparently the respawn rate's crazy fast. Loot one or two by accident. That guy. The Scarlet Hound stayed there. Weird. Okay. Alright, so if I go like right here, what will happen? So you just need to clear like a tiny little segue in. Oh, right, as that body disappeared. Okay. And I got lucky that that hound didn't come back, but jeez, are you kidding me? Brutal. Brutal, mates. Alright, now we can go back, and that's going to open up the quest line to do the burning the farms and all that stuff. We will have to do the wildlife suffers too. The diary I don't believe we need to do. Matter of time we don't need to do. This up here we're not going to need to do, but this Plaguelands we will. These two are like faction specific. This diary one, pretty sure it's not. Yeah, that's just like getting the outhouse and everything. And matter of time just is for Chromie, it gets you things there. We're not going to need to do that. Alright, and then Pamela Redpath, that's later. Alright, so that's good. That does get us at least started on this main chain. Jeez Louise. It actually gets us a couple little mini chains. Painful. 3 deaths I think I had in that. Wolf.
Speak, friend.
He doesn't repair.
Go
Repair guy must be down over here. Do they not have a repair person here? That's annoying.
What now? Finally executed, adventurer. Your attack on the Scarlet Crusade will buy us time. I have sent one of my best scouts out to watch over the camp and make sure that the Crusade forces that come to reinforce the position will take the bait. With the pressure on us lessened, we should now finally be able to risk a mission into Andorhal itself, and an important one at that. I'd very much like it if you'd perform this one as well, based on your success to date.
So it's a little bit different because the Alliance want to just immediately start culling the undead, whereas with the Horde here, we've got to go this route where we kill Scarlet Crusaders.
Where the living?
Along the
Through
Watchtower.
the use of a magical device known as a beacon torch, we can mark targets of our choosing for future actions by our troops. To that end, we think the Scourge are using Andorhal's watchtowers as a means to control their troop movements. Your mission, Breach Andorhal's defenses to plant beacons at all 4 watchtowers. You'll need to be in the doorway of each tower to plant the beacon. It will then proceed to mark the tower. There are only 5 charges on the beacon torch, so
Okay,
use
so
them
that's the
wisely.
same as before.
Within the lands of former Lordaeron are 8 cauldrons, 4 in the west, and 4 more entrenched in the east. These cauldrons spew poisons into the air, propagating the plague throughout the land for the Scourge. The necromantic might of Kel'Thuzad is too strong to outright shut down these cauldrons. But we think we might have a way to subvert them to our advantage. My second, Shadow Priestess Vandis, will be your point on this assignment. She'll continue the briefing from here.
Okay, so very similar, very similar. All right, we're going to do all along the watchtowers. And the, what's it called? Scourge Cauldrons. As we start taking the fight to Kel'Thuzad. That's an immediate turn-in. It's an immediate turn-in, baby. I get so turned in.
What would you ask of?
From the shadows, Sister Traveler, I bid you greetings.
Sister
I am to
Traveler.
serve as your coordinator for our plan to sabotage the Scourge's cauldrons. Our goal will be to change the composition of the plague that the cauldrons create into something that negatively affects the Scourge. In order to effect this change, you will need to secure access to each of the 4 cauldrons here in the Western Plaguelands. The time has come for you to lead the charge against the Scourge, hero.
And I'm guessing it would be like a thin, like, needle to thread.
Of the 4 cauldrons in the Western Plaguelands, the one
not
at
hurt
Felstone
themselves.
Field may be the easiest one to gain access to. The Scourge have greener troops positioned here, though they should not be underestimated. Go to Felstone Field, due east of here and northwest of Andorhal, and engage the Cauldron Lord there. On it is a key that will unlock access to the cauldron. When unlocked, use this bottle to get a sample of the cauldron's toxins. We'll need it for study in developing a counter-agent.
Alright, so, and there's also the alchemist somewhere. We are going to need from that alchemist, wherever they are. We're going to need this guy, probably him.
A fierce wind is coming. I can
feel
tell
it.
by the ache in my
Yeah.
exposed knee.
I guess I was hoping we could get it earlier, but this is target Felstone Field. Yeah, we're not going to do the repeatable Felstone Cauldron thing. I don't care about that. We'll do it if it, like, organically happens, but let's just go grab Felstone Field now. Now, we also need to do the Watchtower. So we have the 2 of these. I guess I'm not as worried about going down to the Watchtower yet. I don't care about that. Going down into Andorhal proper, we can do that whenever we want. I might do this key to Scholomance just so that we have it on this character. But that's kind of a long quest line, and I don't really care that much about it, so... leaning towards no. Alright, let's just begin. So we will... Get ourselves a nice little thingy. Ah, there you go. See, I think they only appear if you're on the quest so that people can't farm them. Because they seem to kind of, like, pop into being. But I wonder if you, like, pick up the quest, abandon the quest, pick up the quest. Do something, like, with that. This is the first round where we just fight a combination of weak little ghouls and skeletons. Pretty sure the second round is all zombies stuff. Third round is also like a zombie, more stronger stuff. And the fourth one is the ghost spirits. Here we go, we got a minion Scourge Stone. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do that. back. She gets this little Wind Fury clip. Another minion Scourge Stone. So yeah, we will obviously get minion Scourge Stones turned in. What if you get rep even when you're not? Seized me. Okay, we did get an Invader Scourge Stone and we got the key. Cool. And yeah, we're not going to worry about the repeatable version. I don't care about that. We're going to skip it. Not worth it.
It's too far away.
In my opinion, not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze. But while we're here, an access panel to the cauldron remains securely fastened. In order to open it, you'll need to find the key. The key taken from Cauldron Lord Bilemaw is a perfect fit in unlocking the access panel, though it disappears after you use it. Still, you think you can open the panel now without a key. Foul stench emanates from the open panel as an unknown mix of concentrated substances inside the cauldron. There's a small spigot. The bottle fits well enough under, allowing you to draw a sample for Shadow Priestess Vandus back at Bulwark. Okay, and then return to the Bulwark. You'll fill the bottle with enough of the cauldron's poisonous concoction for a suitable sample to be studied. With the poison in hand, it's time to return to Shadow Priestess Vandus at the Bulwark to complete the mission. And we shall. Alright, so that is target Felstone Field done. Great. We're rocking and rolling, and return to the Chillwind. In our case, it will be returned to the Bulwark. Perfect. Alright. And while we're here, let's go find that creepy lady in her little... Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I guess
I'm out of time.
I can't thread this needle much longer. Alrighty, so we need to go into that house. Fighting these mobs along the way. I guess if I'm not going to use my totem, be a little more aggressive magically. And we are, you know, progressing with Argent Dawn Rep. We're not going to be working on Argent Dawn Rep on this character, period. The only reason I decided to go Alliance is not that I favor the Alliance, it's because 10% rep gain. That's really why I have settled on I wanted one of my humans to do it. And then I stuck with Glee Contested just because, why not? I can make her into a healer eventually. I'll pay the gold, switch her over whenever I'm done, like, solo questing. And I'm focusing just on in-game content. Go that route. For now, I'll keep her expense. Yep, she got a Nicker of Undeath. Alright, let's see if we can get in there without aggroing that sorcerer. About to find out. Okay. I think she's upstairs. Alright. Just got hit with toxic saliva. It is a poison that lasts 2 minutes. Oh, you gotta get that off the ranger, man. Saliva that leeches your health and mana. Alright, this frost bolting fool. I mean, I don't really know, other than a little bit of, like, goods that are good for questing, what we're getting here out of this. Little silver here and there. There's the ghost Janice Felstone. See that little, if you're walking around this house, you'll hear that from outside, and I think that's the only way that if you didn't have Questy back in the day or whatever, that's the only way you have to know that you should explore, other than being a real explorer and getting these different quests and then, like, keeping a notebook or whatever. That's cool too. Like, literally exploring, like, every inch of a game. I've never needed to do that because I live in the age of the internet, but I imagine, like, this game was cutting edge.
John, honey, where are you?
I don't know.
The package must be delivered before I'm trapped here. The cries of a panicked woman feel almost like a whisper floating through the house. Cowered in the upstairs corner is the apparition of a woman. She does not seem to be fully cognizant of her surroundings, and she is only vaguely aware of you. Are you here to deliver my package? Please, before it gets much worse. I was going to ride out of here. It should still be by my horse. Or am I too late?
Alright, so we are going to go now to where her horsey is. To the barn next door. Okay, we're going to fight 2 of these guys, so I'll put some totems down. That guy tried to fire me with a main Nova of sorts. So we also finished the unofficial script last night. We're going to read an AI-generated dialogue script of it today, and then probably start also reading the novelization of the movie as well. Yeah, this zone might go a little faster than I thought if I cut out a lot of the erroneous stuff. Here's the package we need right here. There is another mob right there, but we don't need to pass him up. A package in the barn that you might have otherwise overlooked now stands out amongst the decay and ruin. Perhaps this is the one that the ghost of Janice Felstone was clamoring about. You pick up the package, wiping off a small layer of dust and grime that is settled on it. It is addressed in a hurried hand to a Jeremiah Felstone of Lordaeron. The delivery of the package is dated for well over 4 years ago, though it's unclear if Jeremiah Felstone is even alive. It's widely known that the Undercity, formerly known as Lordaeron, keeps records on the populace of the city. It's handled through the royal overseers of the Undercity something. What's interesting is that that's like completely rewritten. You know, like that is not at all what the other quest one said. It said it was for Stormwind. So this is an example of them just completely rewriting, like retconning and rewriting the story based on whatever. I guess we can go down and do this Watchtower thing too. I think it's kind of a one-off, but we can go down there and check it out. Why not? It's not a very hard quest. So we can go get these 4 Watchtowers, and you just put that way the torch will get out of our bag. We won't carry it this whole time. And we're already done with one of the 4 fields. The termites will come soon. We've started the beginning of one of the 2 side quest lines we'll have to do that are tied to the 4 farms. We're only doing 2 out of 3 because the final farm doesn't even have one. Alright, so this is one of the towers. This guy to get close enough. Deal. A soulless ghoul. Then just get close enough. We don't want to fight that guy. Close enough. You can't shadow bolt volley me. Uh-oh. Dang it. Good thing I killed him. I didn't realize they could do that. Good to know.
It's too far away.
Too far away, huh? Get a little closer. Alright. Tower 3 marked. Alright, let's go down to Tower 2. Back to the Bulwark. I don't know exactly how much. Hard for me to estimate where our questing is going to be at today. Oh, yeah, I do have to fight too. Okay. Oh no, that one got off. He's an acolyte, so I suspect he's okay, so let's see what happens if I interrupt that. Then he goes to the dark bending. I'll have to stun him that way because I forgot about that dark bending. Should have remembered from last time. We gotta save our interrupt for that. lot on that one. Alright, this guy, we'll pull him over to our little base. Rather than making a new one. Just walk right over it. I'm fairly certain we can go offensively on him. I don't think it's gonna matter. Yeah. Nice wallops in. Alright, so let's go and throw our second. Oh, we're not even... We did that one so fast we didn't even finish our cooldown on the beacon. Just wait a few seconds, and then we have the other two.
I'm out of range.
Alright, so we are now gonna go check that out. Tower. Let's go to this side. Do this one because then Tower 1 will be easier for us to hit the road on the way out. Ooh, excuse me. Wow. Knocked me off my Kodo, but that's okay. Smart about how we do this so that we don't pull too many dudes, don't get knocked off the Kodo over and over again. Okay. Did aggro that guy. I thought I was going to, but I'm okay aggroing one. That's jerky. This way we just get him close enough. That guy might aggro right there. I don't know. Spicy feeling. This guy's a jerk. Yeah, I'm imagining my fire won't be very effective. Okay. Alright, now we got an Acklay. This is where we use our... save our shot. This will be our third tower. Not too shabby, not too tough. No. I'm deeply disappointed in these stinking Acolyte for hitting me so much. Cool. Alright, so then we got this. Third one done. Now to go get the last watchtower. None's too shabby. Aggroed someone. I don't even care. I'm running. I run another one. Another. Ow. Another. This is a little bit more. I gotta kind of shake them off. Coming up here, let's see. See how far away we can get. I think anything that the mobs do with running, I should be able to do too.
It's too far away.
I'm gonna heal myself, you jerk. Alright, no totems for this one. Can't really use a flame shock to increase damage because I need to save my interrupt. Probably gonna need it right now. It's just not gonna heal this time. Cool. Oh, and we still have 27 seconds left. Alright, that's good. Alright, after this, we still have 15, 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure. Alright, so yeah. So we will turn that in, and that's going to give us the second. Well, actually, don't. I think we have to go to the Undercity too. Just don't know if there's going to be like 2 chains with that.
I need to get closer.
Right. So, do I wait on that? Oh. I'm not sure how I strategically want to do this. Because if I do end up going to the do the skeleton key quest, which I kind of think I should, then I'll need to be traveling through Undercity anyway, so maybe I'll just wait a little bit on that. Alright, so then that means I'll be heading over here to this second one to quickly do that. We might be able to just quickly bam that quest out. Take out the second farm. And then we might be able to finish this maybe in just one more episode. It's possible. I might be able to do this in 3 instead of in 5. 5 was what took us on Alliance. I was thinking 4 was not unrealistic.
What would you ask? My warlocks are reporting that our beacon trackers are picking up extremely strong signals on all 4 towers. You've executed my orders with the skill and precision of a seasoned veteran. Your service to the Horde is duly noted once more, adventurer. With the towers marked, our preparations for the attack are now in place. The time has come to take the fight to the Scourge.
Okay, cool. Alright, so that is all along the Watchtowers now completed. So boom, that one's done down there. Which he now gives us a last Anderhall.
Alas, the time to attack Andorhal and drive out the lich that controls it is upon us. Inside the ruins of the city is where the lich, Araj the Summoner, holds dominion. He is guarded by numerous Scourge surrounding the remains of city's center, and his personal retinue of guardians attached to him directly is formidable. You will need numerous allies to even stand a chance of facing him successfully. Destroy Araj, adventurer, and bring me a shard from his phylactery as proof. On the island of Caer Darrow lies Scholomance, a school that serves as a stronghold for the Scourge. Our enemy dwells within, safely allowed to pursue research that strengthens their power. A door bars the way, and try as we might, no entry is to be had without a proper key. Apothecary Dithers is well versed on Scholomance, and has an idea how to obtain a key. You have proved your value to me as someone who can get things done. I now entrust this task to you. Speak with him on this matter.
Alright, so alas, Anderhall, now I have decided we are going to do it. So I have had checked those off before, but no. Now I want those. Because they are tied into this quest line, and we saw last time that there is a cheap way to do this. So the Scholomance quest itself, I had kept that open. So I was already on the fence about whether to do this. This is going to be a quick pick up and turn in. Bang bong. And then they're going to want us to go collect bone fragments, so we can kind of do that organically as we quest a little bit here.
Yes, adventurer. The High Executor mentioned you might be the one to trust in the matter of the key. I've dedicated a fair portion of my recent studies to the Scholomance, and I believe I know a means by which you can acquire one that will let you past the front door at will. This task will not be easy, but such tasks seldom are. You most assuredly look like the type to know this as fact. The key to Scholomance is called a skeleton key. It must be forged from the remains of a skeleton, several actually, and hardened by only the strongest of metals within a suitable mold. A signet of power from a being who naturally can open the portal to Scholomance will make the key ultimately function. First things first though, adventurer, we'll need skeletal fragments for the key's forging. Skeletons inside Andor Hall should yield what we need, but the ones outside the walls might work too.
Yeah, they do. Any skeleton fragment does. Okay, so skeletal fragments, we'll pick that one up. This one, again, we'll just kind of get it as we go through it. And if we need to, I cannot believe this guy does not repair. Annoying. I don't know what those bone fragments are for. On death. Okay.
Be safe.
All right, and then let's get the next part of the quest line here for her.
Yes.
Welcome back to the safety of the Bulwark, Legion. So, what progress on the cauldrons do you have to
Well
report?
done, adventurer. It should take Apothecary Dithers no time at all to analyze this and devise a counter-agent to introduce into the cauldron. If we are able to pump out enough of it into the air, we might be able to weaken all the scourge present here. This will no doubt be an ongoing ordeal. We will need to continually hit these cauldrons and introduce our reagents into their mix. Still, if we can keep it up, we will have a huge advantage over Scourge when the time comes for battle. One of the plague cauldrons is located in the field of a former farmhouse, now referred to as Dalson's Tears. No tears will be shed this day, adventurer. We must strike at this cauldron and gain access to it. Go to Dalson's Tears, almost due north of Andor Hall, and eliminate the cauldron lord there. It should have a key like the last one did, allowing you inside the cauldron's innards. Use this bottle to obtain a sample from inside the cauldron. Each cauldron has its own distinct brew of toxins it uses.
Which, that part seems weird. Why is that? All right, so we have now finished Return to Chillwind Camp, the Bulwark, Part 1. Return to the Bulwark. Cool, that one's done. And now we just picked up Target Dalson's Tears as the second one. Cool. I think we might be able to bust that out real quick. And then as we're going along, if we need to kill skeletons, we are going to need this bone fragment thing. But I'm really not worried that much. We can kind of do that when we feel like we need to go repair, or when we're otherwise done with the zone. Like, we can kind of save that. Like, we can even go get our Plagueland termites too. I guess the skeletal fragments don't drop from that, so never mind. Alright, we're gonna go to, yeah, this one. Second farm. Dalson's Tears. We are not gonna do the Mrs. Dalson's Diary portion. I don't know how many skeletons there really are, so we will probably have to grind out some skeletal fragment bones. I think the drop rate is pretty much 100% though, so it's not, or it is 100% in, that's why she says might. If you go to Andor Hall, the drop rate's 100%. So, might just save that for the next one. Maybe I'll look at our time and I'll swing through on the way back and we can at least get a few. Alright, so here's our second farm. Pretty clean. He's on there, yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop some totems. Clear the area. These zombies. Part of it. And this is Cauldron Lord Malvinius. Nice hit. Nice little chunky hit she had there. Blighted zombie in the books. Here's a rotting cadaver who dares to approach this cauldron peacefully as he hits me with some kind of fire shadow bolts. So skeleton warrior that is shadow bolting him, and then this guy has the worms. And he summons a skeleton. Forgot about that. continue to hit you with those shadow bolts. I should have interrupted that minion cast. Oh, I was too slow. Alright, well now I'm gonna just ignore the minions. It's over. Mana draining me or something? Oh, he's like a full-on warlock. What's it called? Cauldron Lord. You cannot interrupt that. That's lame. Then he just goes to drain my life more. Got his key, but jeez, these guys are a little weak, I guess. My totems are fine. Okay. Alright, you bozos. So this is Dalson's tier is done, so we can come back to the Bulwark. An access panel to the cauldron remains securely fastened. In order to open it, you will need to find the key. The skeletal key found on the Cauldron Lord easily slides into a keyhole and then disappears, allowing you permanent access to it. Crude, viscous ichors pulsate through twisted tubes within the cauldron's underpinnings. There's a small spigot that the bottle fits well enough under, allowing you to draw a sample for Shadow Priestess Vandis back at Bulwark. You carefully fill the bottle with enough of the cauldron's ichors for what you consider to be a suitably sized sample. With the poison in hand, it's time to return to Shadow Priestess Vandis at Bulwark to complete the mission. Alright, so that was Target Dalson's Tears done. And this is going to give me this Return to the Bulwark Part 2. And it is, yes, the Bulwark that we are returning to. Cool. And I guess on the way back, since we do have a few extra minutes, rather than returning straight there, go try to get some bones. Alright, so on the next episode, we will, I think, probably be able to run out and do our third camp, which is, I don't even remember. I think it's this camp right here. And that will open up the Wildlife Suffering quest, which will eventually send us into Thunder Bluff. Yeah, so we definitely want to do that before we run around. We want to do all of our running around on one episode. And then we'll get that going, and then we'll run up our fourth camp, which will give us mission complete, or whatever it's called. Alright, so we need to find skeletons. Okay. The executioner can go a little heavy. Inside Anderhall, I found last time that seems to have a 100% drop rate on these guys. So yeah, so next time we'll do the Wildlife Suffering, the two-parter, and the little cauldron, third cauldron, pretty easy. Okay. That'll take us a decent amount of time, and it will want us to go to Thunder Bluff. We won't go yet, and then probably into about an hour we'll finish our fourth quest, and then I might go complete the cauldron, the termites. Should be able to get that done. And maybe also, no, we're not going to do Anderhall yet. And we might also start our travelings where we go to, start our travelings down to, Benares and then Ungora Crater. And then that would allow us to finish our last episode by doing the third one, by going back and defeating Haraj, one way or another. And anything else we would need to do? I mean, whatever, we might still be out there. Trying to imagine where we are. We're not going to quite finish this quest either in our time. I'm only going to run 5 minutes. We will step right out and log. Get some more healing on, yeah, I think maybe we'll kill like 1 to 2 more. We'll kill 2 more guys. So that we're at 5. We've done 5 of 10. or then we'll run back and go turn in the ones that we have. So that will be finishing this one part of what we do in the next quest too. And we might just start the travelings. Yeah, and then the final episode will finish off any travelings we have. So yeah, we'll get some. I do think, now that I know the system, you know, we've done it one time, we're cutting out some of the more redundant, repetitive ones, like not doing the repeatable versions of the Cauldron, saves us a lot of time. There's a skeleton there. Okay. The last one we kill, and then we go back, and at least we've gotten 5 out of 10. That's our first bolete mushroom. We were living off of those on the other episode. Alliance run. Shadow bolt volley to the face. The thing is so weak it didn't even. Okay. Heal and mount up. Okay, not bad. Got 5. 5 of 15. So, next episode they'll send us to do the 3rd one. On the way, we'll get our last 10. So, that will take 10 minutes. The Cauldron itself will just take a few minutes. We'll pick up the Wildlife Suffers. So, we'll be at about 15 minutes after we've picked that up. Then we'll go do those 2 quests. Altogether, that could take us as much as half an hour. So, we'll be... By the time we go back and turn that in, get sent to go do the 4th one, that will be roughly half of the episode. So then we'll go do the 4th one, there and back maybe 15 minutes, we'll still about half an hour. And I think we could run back and do the termite plague stuff in that time. So then we can begin our travels at the very end of our next episode. So when we go to the next one, we'll probably set ourselves up to fly to Tanaris, but won't do it. And then fly off camera. So then our final episode of this will be flying over to Tanaris to get the next part of the key. And then traveling back here. And then also killing a Raj and doing the last 1 or 2 things needed for the key. That will be it. That'll be fine part. Alright, so this one, the only one we're turning in right now is hers to set up the 3rd part.
I'm listening.
We know that each cauldron employs a different mix of reagents to generate its plague-inducing toxin. Likewise, we know that we will need to develop a counter-agent that is unique for each cauldron. A sample from Dalson's tears will be the key to figure out that cauldron's distinct reagent requirement.
Ah, there is plenty in here for study. Well done, adventurer. For now, the next step is in our hands. We'll need to produce a list of reagents that, when combined with what is already in the cauldron, will act as its counter. The only way we will be able to introduce this is by placing the reagents into the cauldron directly. Apothecary Dithers will have more information on that, so be sure to speak with him as soon as possible.
Okay, so this is Return to the Bulwark Part 2. Part 2. And that's going to give us target Writhing Haunt next.
2 cauldrons have been successfully opened. While you'll be able to access them indefinitely, we still want to open up the other 2 that remain. This will provide all of us with more options to introduce the counter-agent. This time, you'll be hitting the Writhing Haunts Cauldron. It is almost due east of Anderhall, relatively close to the ruined city walls. Again, eliminate the Cauldron Lord present there for its key. Use this bottle to obtain the sample from the cauldron. Good hunting, adventurer.
Alright, I think that's good. I think we made good progress. We started looking at this. This next one, actually, the Tomb of the Seven, that's a glitch. Anytime you see that NYI text, so that quest doesn't count either. We had looked at the last element. That's not a real one at that level. There are a bunch of level 54, 58s that we will... Actually, we'll look at the 52s. There are 4 52s. We'll have to look at that first. Alright. this is a pretty good one. I appreciate you guys joining me. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and continue on the journey as we keep doing all the things that need to be done to complete this game as a completionist. This episode is now in the pipe. Bye.